Over the last few years, there's been like this huge trend on discussions happening in the creator sphere, photography, videography, and things like that. I'm talking about this whole professional idea of upgrade culture. What is upgrade culture, you might ask? Well, it's this random ass obsession that we have now with always upgrading your cameras, your lenses every single time the new generation comes out. And I'm not shitting on anyone for what they do. As someone who's been doing professional photography for 12 years, both for headshots, portraits, elopements, weddings, onto the commercial side, and even into professional photography for magazines, large newspaper publications, and sport entities. I feel for people whenever it comes to having to keep up with the Joneses in regards to making sure you have the right equipment so the editors and all these people want to hire you over and over and over again. But one thing that does strike me as odd is about 4 or 5 years ago, whenever I'm in these situations, I'm on the sidelines of MLS games, traveling, taking photos of MLB players, I'm working with the San Antonio Express News, etc. There are a lot of people who didn't really upgrade their cameras. They're still rocking DSLRs. I remember one of the first things that I asked one of my mentors whenever it came to taking photos, because he had the 1DX, was, well, are you going to upgrade to the 1DX Mark II when that came out? And he just said,
none of your business.
No, why would I need to? This camera that I have does everything I need it to do, and the jump in frames per second and this autofocus and stuff like that doesn't matter to me because I'm getting the shots I need with the camera that I have. Investing another $5,000–$6,000 just to still have to take the same photos and be maybe slightly better makes zero sense. But in the world now with mirrorless cameras, that's everyone's go-to position. You should upgrade because the slightly better AI focusing system in the new Sonys, or because it shoots 5 frames per second faster in JPEG, or it has 10 more megapixels. Is that going to make a difference in your day-to-day photography? Shit. 9 times out of 10, absolutely not. Unless you're coming from like a 1 frame per second Canon SL digital, the first original, whatever they were, and you're switching to a Canon R5, the jump in performance is never that huge. I'm talking about year after year upgrading. It just doesn't make sense. All that it does is get you in more debt and helps you look cool. And that's one thing that I'm actually pretty sad about whenever it comes to it, because I know a lot of this comes from the fact that people feel like they have to keep up with someone else. A lot of photographers, professionals, people that get paid for photography stuff is what I'm calling professional. A lot of content creators and influencers and things like this, unfortunately, they are stuck in this cycle of I have to prove and show my worth by my proximity to brands and my proximity to new things, and that can get tiring. And I feel bad for a lot of the people because they're not intentionally trying to push this upgrade culture, but they're stuck in the loop. You know, the current state of upgrade culture, the one that I'm talking about right now, isn't even built on this idea of I'm upgrading because I want to be better. I'm upgrading because I want my craft to take it up another level. It's strictly on this feeling of fear of missing out. And that's honestly what it's built off of. FOMO, fear of missing out, the fear that, well, if I don't have this camera brand, this camera body, this camera lens, whatever it is, I'm not gonna be part of the cool kid crowd. And sometimes when Fujifilm and Leica and Panasonic release new things, and I see people that I've met through YouTube or people that I've met through Instagram, I see them using these things, sometimes I feel like I'm missing out. So sometimes I feel like, man, maybe I should buy an M11. Maybe I should get the S1R2, right? Maybe I should get the GFX 100 RF. These are the things I should get because they're new, they're fresh, and honestly, everyone will see it and their heads will turn. I have those thoughts too. And if you don't have those thoughts about upgrading because shit looks cool in someone else's hand, you're a liar. But just because I have that thought doesn't mean that thought is reality. None of those cameras will make my work better. And I've been lucky enough to shoot with a lot of different cameras and a lot of different years on a lot of different assignments for a lot of different groups and a lot of different people. Because I have a consistent look, a consistent style that transcends whatever camera system I have. The camera system never makes the photographer makes a camera system worthwhile. There is a reason why Henri Cartier-Bresson, why Andre Wagner, people of that magnitude of photography have been able to shoot Leica and have excelled at it. It's because they would have been good taking photos no matter what. They just happened to connect with a specific camera, and for them, it was Leica rangefinders. The same way that a Gordon Parks and Annie Leibovitz through SLR cameras were able to achieve great things, and Gordon Parks may be the greatest photographer of all time without being strictly or 1000% or 80% or 20% shooting Leica. It's because they are amazing storytellers and photographers no matter the brand. Updating or changing your camera system doesn't guarantee greatness or validate who you are. Your greatness and the time you put in and your comfortability and your value in yourself values you and puts value into your work. There is no other way around it. Upgrade culture honestly has been brought to us not just by this whole capitalistic sense of you have to buy, you have to buy, you have to buy, you should always have the newest thing, but from people that feel like the most important thing about their photography is the camera that's around their neck or hanging off their shoulder, because it's a talking point and it takes away from them ever having to be committed to taking good photos. This whole thing, this whole upgrade culture, it's rooted in some insecurity, and it's rooted in people thinking if I can't take the photos I want or get the recognition I need, the next closest thing is to continue to buy the gear that is the newest and the best because that screams professional. And they try to convince you to do so. And I'm actually telling you, don't do it. You don't have to upgrade your camera. Even downgrading a camera, if a camera that you have isn't, you're not using it to its full potential and something below it will fulfill your needs. I'm a huge proponent of that. I've downgraded from an XT3 to an XH1 before. I've downgraded from an M10R to a 262. I've downgraded many times because I can always make money off of a sale to get a cheaper, lower, less professional, outdated version and still make great images. Your talent will always follow and always carry you where convenience has yet to show itself in your life. So with all that being said, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Hope this makes sense. Remember to take it light, but take it and have a good one.